Can you hear me? Can you see? Can you hear me? Can you hear? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello. Skull. Skull. Let's see. Can you hear me? I don't think you can. Let's see if you can. Thank you very much. We can hear you a bit distance, but a good volume. How about that? Does that sound a bit better? Should I make it a bit louder? I think this is as loud as it can go. Can you hear me? We can hear you a bit quiet. I see you perfectly. Okay. Let's go here. Let's figure out how this thing can work to be a bit louder. Let's turn this off. Can you hear now? Let's go to there. Let's go to here. Let's go to here. Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you see me? Anyway, I hope this is all right. Is this all right? Can you hear me now? Mr. Cuff, can you hear me now? Can you? Marianne says yes. Says Claire says yes. Says Ian saying, hey, lovely people. That's not the answer to the question, but okay. I was just checking the date myself. Okay, says Mr. Cuff. Anyway, today is the 17th. All right, let me change that then. Let me change that. I'll change that. I'll change it to 17th. I forgot. It's 19th. You're right. You're right. Thank you very much. I'm going to edit the video here, see if this works, and change that to the 17th. Save. Okay. Let's get back here. Has it changed? Okay. Everybody like, share, subscribe. Thank you everybody for coming. Now I'm like super tired. My son came back last night and he fixed the thing and now he's here today and he's mad at me today. And I said, how could you be mad at me? I'm mad at you. I'm mad at you, not frivolously mad. But am I still a bit quiet? No sound, vision good. How come no sound, vision good? No sound, vision good. That's not good for me. Alert box. It's not working. Why is it not working? We need to stick together. Yeah, we need to stick together. I think we do. I think we do. We've had a bit of good news and a bit of bad news today. That Israel thing. We could talk about that Israel thing. How they're not letting the fans come to the match against Aston Villa. That's not right. That's not right. You know, that game should be canceled by them. It should be forfeited. And then we find out that Keir Starmer has already spoken out against having Israeli fans travel. You know, it's like, that's really bad. And then I'm reading about Ashkenazi Jews, of which I am an Ashkenazi Jew, saying that, you know, Ashkenazi Jews and Chinese people were the only people who didn't die from COVID, which number one is a lie to begin with, because COVID is a total lie. But they're saying, you know, how do you argue that? You say, you know, COVID doesn't exist. I don't know if you could say that. It's definitely not right what happened. Basically, I'm going to put the microphone closer to my face. Can you see that? How does it sound? I didn't die from COVID. Yes, it's ridiculous. The whole thing is ridiculous. Basically. Oh, maybe it's this thing that's in here. Okay, how does this sound? How does this sound? Maybe it doesn't sound. Joodles is here. I don't understand the whole football ban thing. How are they justifying? They're saying we're damaging. You know I'm not saying I wasn't a fan of the Maccabians, whatever they're called, the Maccabeans, whatever the team is called. I'm not a big fan, but you know, it's your team. You know, you got to fight for your team. I think. Can you hear me? How does the sound sound? So we can talk about that. We can talk about that Tim Davie guy who's head of the BBC. We got the wrong mic on. Let me check this out. Okay. Let me check to see if we've got the wrong mic on. Input capture. Let's try this. Let's try this. Let's try. Okay, hold on a second. Maybe that's it. Hold on. Maybe that's it. Can you hear me now? How does it sound right now? Raise your hand if you know it. Raise your hand if I show it. Okay. They said they can't ensure the security of the Tel Aviv fans. They just banned them from attending. Apparently, the Muslims will get upset. Also, hi, everybody. That's what you're saying. John Miller is here, too. It's ridiculous. You got to make it so it's safe. You can't say we can't do it. Then you can't have a football game if you can't make it safe. How does it sound now? Is it louder, Marianne, or do you want it louder? Wow. Do you want it louder, or should it be louder? I'm talking. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I did a minor change of something. I did a minor change. It's great. Is it great now? Is it great now? Kermit. Good sound, nice and clear. Okay. That's brilliant. It's a little bit different than what we did before. I don't know what it is. Is it that? Can you hear me? It sounds like a madhouse, Lewis. I don't know. Because I'm going to change this. Maybe I should just let it be. It's perfect. Okay. Andrew Rubin sounds like a madhouse. Well, it is a bit of a madhouse. Again, I'm not doing, I don't know whether it's, I take one blood thinner because I had my, whatever I had. And I'm taking a new high blood pressure medication. And maybe that's affecting me. Maybe it's affecting me. Anyway, I'm going to let it be. I'm going to let it be, Marianne. I'm not touching the whole thing. I'm not going to touch the whole thing. So the other thing that we can discuss the BBC thing, that Tim Davie, who's the head of the BBC, says that they should start enforcing the demand for money from the BBC. Did you read that? That the BBC is going to shake down people to get their money. Let them shake people down. Let them shake them down, because people will start hating the BBC even more than they hate it. Right now, they don't even know they hate it because they've been brainwashed so much. Let me fix my head here. They've been brainwashed so much. Do I send them a letter saying I'm not watching the TV? Do I have to do that, or do I just take the whatchamacallits, the letters? I mean, they send me letters every month. They're saying, "Where's our money?" They make something look like the word invoice, even though it's not an invoice. No, it's the mafia. They're collecting money. They tried to treat it like it was like it was a license. You need a license to use it, but when everybody needs a license to use it, it's like a license to practice medicine. Yeah, okay, I'll pay money for a license to practice medicine, but if everybody has the exact same license and everyone has to pay, it's not that simple. Starmer wanted Israeli players banned from competing, let alone supporters not being allowed. Yes. Yeah, because he's a communist and a liar. A communist. But those are the same things. I shouldn't be speaking like this. I'm too passionate about this. Getting banned from Aston Villa games sounds okay, like getting a restraining order from Ann Whitcomb. Alan Williams that's a good joke, I think. I mean, I don't know. She seems like a nice enough lady, but I don't know. She doesn't seem that bad. Somebody must like her. Maybe I'd like her. If she liked me, I would do her. Yes, Judels, it's disgusting. Elderly people in prison, knife crime going untouched. Yeah, that's what Dame Claire says, and I agree with you, Dame. Miss Claire. It's perfect, Lewis. What's perfect? I love Whitty. Yeah, she's on our side, at least, I think, is pretty much on our side. So that's that. So those are the two things that I have in mind. I wrote down complicated, which I forgot what we were talking about. I will heal the world. Don't worry, Polo Mate. Okay, heal the world. Heal the world. with all the children. You know, the BBC is the BBC. It's worse than before because it represents the globalists, which they used to be like pro-English people, British people, Anglo-Saxons and Jutes. But, you know, now it's not. I don't know who it represents now. The Anglo-Saxons. Who does it represent? I've got to be more positive. I'm going to be totally positive. Mr. Cuff, Steve, says, don't bother replying to the BBC, Lewis. They think they have the right, and they don't. Remove their implied right. Supposedly, 24,000 people paid that fine last year, according to the article in the newspaper. Here we go. Here it is right here. I went out and bought the newspaper. I'm not going to buy this again. It was £1.90. It was £1.90. Let's see what it says. But so you think that's right. Great hair. Thank you, Dame Claire. Great hair. Let's turn this on so I can see what's going on over here. Let's see. He said 24,000 something. He said more than, according to House of Commons library figures, so more than 25,000 people were convicted of evading the £169,000 fee in 2024, which has since gone up. What does that mean, evading? How am I evading it? This is the Express. Is the Express trash? I'm not sure if it is. Alex is here. Alex, you should go get the Metro. It's free every day, usually at tube stations. Unfortunately, where I live here, there is no tube station. I'd have to take the bus to a New Cross Gate to get it. And the Metro is owned by the Daily Mail. And the Daily Mail, I mean, it's propaganda too. I read the Metro. It's propaganda. This at least had this article on the front cover. Which said, hold on, don't go anywhere. Stay with me. Not this. Which said, ban on Israeli fans is a national disgrace. It's a national disgrace. If the TV license turns up at your door, license turns up at your door, be polite and say no thank you, and then close the door. They are salespeople on commission, says Maltese Phil. Is that true? That's what it sounds like. Sounds like they could be. What power do they have? Who knows what power they have? But you don't know in this country what power they have. The police shouldn't have power to arrest somebody for a meme or a tweet or whatever, but they do. So that's interesting. Keith Bexley says, what are you saying? Keith Bexley's there. He's waving his hand. We say hello to Keith Bexley. Let's see. Alex, true, but still free speech is so perfect for Lewis. I read it every day on the bus. Well, I mean, I'm a free speech absolutist, basically. You want to hate the Jews. That's the other thing that happened today, is my friend Liam, and I have a couple of friends, Liam, but one friend, Liam, he wrote a thing and said that whole thing about Israel and the Jews at Aston Villa is a nothingness, because he thinks it's all Netanyahu's fault, it's all Starmer's fault, and it's all the Maccabi fans' fault. And I read it and I thought, I shook a little bit, because it's like, it's open. Anyway, I shouldn't be discussing this. It has to do with, you got to fight for your own country. This country is England, Britain, Scotland, Wales, the Jutes, Celts. Somebody has to fight for this country and the people who are living here, the people who love it. This whole idea of multiculturalism is one great big scam. Polo Mate says Netanyahu is a great guy. You know what? Like, they're acting like he's all alone in this. He's part of an elected government. You know what I mean? It's like blaming Starmer for what's happening in this country. No, he was voted for and selected by the Labor people. So he's not alone. So you can't say it's just Starmer. It's all those other people. Ian Higgs is here too. So good to see Ian. Someone told me that they saw you getting around by young horses. I said, of course, Lewis has a cult following. That's a new joke. I haven't seen that. Is England needs the IDF, says Polo Mate. I would say it needs something. I don't know what it is. I'm not advocating that. I can't advocating that. So you like the Metro, Alex? Is that what you're saying? You like the Metro? I'm not sure that I like the Metro that much. I like that it's free. I mean, all these newspapers, I don't know how they stay in business. I mean, during the COVID thing, they were given millions of dollars. Millions. The newspapers were given millions of dollars. Let me see if I can find a list of this. I'm going to see if I can find a list. How many millions of pounds were given to UK newspapers by the UK state? I don't know whether I said that properly. In 2008, this is not the right question. Millions were given to the UK newspapers during COVID. Let me just say during COVID. Does anybody know the answer to this? Okay. The exact total is not really available. State aid and can include direct payments and indirect support like tax exemptions. However, direct state spending on advertising alone reached $5 million in 2016. So they're not giving me the answer to this question. Anybody know the answer? During COVID. Maybe I'll say this. I didn't put the word COVID down. I didn't put the right words down. I'm going to put it down right now. It doesn't say. It says 35 million pounds in COVID cash fund dominated by big media while small publishers struggle. This is Byline. Who is Byline? Is that our friends Byline? What is it called? Byline Times? Yeah, they paid these people money to be quiet. And this is in June, and who knows how much it ended up being. This suggests that it's like the government is giving them money. What do you call in this country? What do you call that in this country? We would say in America, the government, the Byline Times is a lefty mess. Yeah, my friend, a good guy, a friend of mine, was there. Lud is here, 85 quid each. What does that mean, 85 quid each? They called it advertising. I missed what we're saying about this. But, I use a Microsoft. I don't even know what this thing is called, but it's not an Apple computer. It's Mark Therosian is here. We Angles fought against the Jutes, and we're not going back. Well, at some point, you got to realize we got to stick together because we basically are more alike than different. And I think that's what a lot of the Irish people are figuring out. And who knows, maybe if what's his name takes over, there'll be a change in Ireland. Let's hope for that. Anyway, so let's get back to that question. What was the question? The question is. I'm reading this thing. I should be talking, but I'm reading this thing. So we haven't had any answer to the question. The fact is that the big newspapers were given tens of millions of pounds during COVID. They were bought off during COVID. So they're the boys of the government. Okay? The boys. Is Del Boy here? I didn't see Del Boy come in. Where is Del Boy? Polo Mate is here. We're up to... There we go. Joe Sanders. Hello, Joe. I missed it here. I used to have we used to have a TV license in Malta, but no one paid it, so it was abolished. Well, God bless Malta. That's the kind of one thing you had in this country is you got a high level of social cohesion, or used to, and a whole level of political compliance, or you used to. All those things are gone. I like the Sun, but won't be paying for it. Laugh out loud, Alex says. I mean, I might even buy the Sun because Liverpool is so upset about it. There's Del Boy Trotter. Good to see you. Good to see you. I mean, we're doing really well. Let's make sure we like this thing. Let's make sure we press the subscribe bell. Let's do that. We'll press the subscribe bell. What else do we need to do? We need to do something else. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. I think the situation, the fact that my friend wrote that about not letting the Israelis fans watch is tragic, really. I mean, it's tragic. I mean, we have over 40 now, so we're doing really well. That's really brilliant. It's like, I don't know what you guys understand. I mean, you haven't had the same experience as me. The Sun lied about Liverpool and knew KNEW about the cover-up, says Polo Mate. Yes. And have they apologized? We have to accept some apology, but, they basically banned it. I don't know, where is the closest place you could get it? Is it getting bigger and bigger? I mean, you don't want to put a newspaper out of business, do you? Lud, could you tell us what 85 quid each means? What is that in reference to? I don't know exactly what that means. I don't know what it means. So so those are the questions for today. Maybe, do you have any other questions, Lewis? So we could talk about the Sun. We could talk about the Sun. The Sun and Liverpool. The problem is, nowadays, anyway, there's no journals. I mean, there were never any journals. I mean, when you have something like this, right? Can you see what that says? Ban on Israeli fans is a national disgrace. Okay? That's basically putting right on the front page the opinion, whatever it's called in this country. In America, we'd call it an op-ed, or we would call it the opinion page. On the front page. So it's not even burying the opinion. It's not even pretending. Their opinion is it's a national disgrace. So how could anybody who works for this publication, even though I agree with it, call themselves a journalist? Journalists should be objective, whatever that means. Why accept an apology when they only apologize for being found out? They wouldn't have apologized otherwise. Well, that's most people. You're right. Most people, they need to be found out. You can still apologize. You can still say, we didn't know we were being really bad. We didn't know that. But they should apologize. Shouldn't they apologize? I think they should apologize. That's what Mr. Cuff says. Lud comes in back and says, sorry, I was mucking about. You asked how much the government gave the newspapers. And you said 85 what? What did you say? 85 what? I'm going to have to disconnect my WhatsApp. Do you guys have WhatsApp that come on your screen? Because I do. And like, let's say I want to play you some kind of screenshot. I can't play it because if I get a message, it comes up. It could be a message. It could come from anyone here saying, I love you, Lewis. I'll see you tomorrow to make beautiful, passionate love. 85 billion, not 85 billion dollars. Yeah, that's a lot. 85 billion. Is that how much they were spending? 85 billion, Polo Mate. Do we agree that that's the number? What is the number? I couldn't even get the number on Google. I couldn't get. Yes, you disconnected. Maybe there's a way. How is there a way? Here's my WhatsApp thing. I don't know how to disconnect it. I'll go to settings, typing, login, account, chats, notifications. How about that? Messages. How do you think I should do this? I don't know. 85 million. Well, 85 billion is a lot. That's American money. American money. Yes, that's a lot of money. 85 million. It's enough to separate a bad year from a good year. It made all those people have really good years. Caused inflation and made this country dirt poor. When we had a scene to your Streamlabs, it will be browser only and WhatsApp won't show. Okay. Browser only and won't show. I think there is one already, Kermit. Kermit sent me a message. There is one. There's window capture here. This is the window capture. Let's see. I mean, I know it shows what links I have, but it doesn't have any personal information more than my name, which is what you guys know already. Let me see if I can find something. So you say don't worry, but I've already sent pictures, things. People have seen pictures of me. I don't want to be a dirty boy. Ron Smith is here, everybody. Good to see you, Ron Smith. Ron Smith, 4836. Okay. Outside London, England GDP is that. Can we test it now? Let's test it right now. Should I put it on window capture? I'm gonna do a screen here. Maybe this is the screen. Okay, I'll do this. How about this? How about I do this? How about I do that? How about I do that? How about I do that? Yeah, we all have to protect our private stuff, Claire, but I can't be frozen. I've got to make this thing grow. Yo, it's me. Hold on a second. You're not there yet. You're not there yet. You're not there yet. Let's just see. Here's the window capture. Can you guys see the window capture? Okay, do you want to send me a message and see if it's there under the window capture? Okay, did it show up? Did it show up now? Can you tell me what the window capture is? I'm not sure that's not even working. Here's the window capture. Full screen. Common sense wins every time. Yeah, you got to be afraid of what I'm doing. I'm not totally there. Just the YouTube. Okay. Is it the YouTube of Lewis Schaffer Uncooked? Is that what it is? That's what it should be, Lewis Schaffer Uncooked. I don't want to know. I don't want to know what's going on out there. There could be I don't want you guys to know what I'm doing with my private life. I want you to think that I'm it was your YouTube page. Okay, very good. I don't want to know. I don't want you guys to know that I am a real player with the girls, that the girls love Lewis Schaffer. And that's what this show is all about. It's to see me at my, look at that, look at my hair. I need to maybe cut that or something. Me at my weakness. 42 is the answer. That's a good number, 42. 42 is the answer. Well, let's see what it says now. The thing is, when I go to the page, it'll show a certain number, and then when I press refresh, it'll show another number. Okay, so here we go. Let's go back on the full screen. On the full screen. Window capture. End stream. Full screen. Okay. Ron Smith, a new low for Nigel Farage on talking pints or points. Invited Nadim Sahari on show, who said there would be no vaccine passports, not the British way. 5 minutes later, we're introducing the jab passport. When was that? Was that 5 years ago, or is that now? I mean, people believe in vaccines. I don't. People believe in germs. I don't. People believe in flu. I don't. People believe in COVID. I don't. Of course the girls love you, Lewis. You're a hot guy and funny. I don't know how many hot girls. You're a hot girl and you're funny as well. But I don't know if all the hot girls like me. Maybe they want to only like me on my own. Maybe that's what they want. That scared me for a second. I thought we had a repeat of yesterday's show. What was yesterday's show? Yeah. So who is Nadim Zahari? Is she the health secretary or something? I should know this thing, but I don't know it. I don't know it. Local is here. I didn't see Local come in, but good to see you, Local. Because the higher it flies, the much. That's not quite exactly. Yesterday was the best show ever. Was yesterday? Well, or is this the best show ever? I think this is the best show ever. I think you guys have been amazing. Did you know that New York legend Ace Frehley, I'm back in the New York groove, whatever, from Kiss, passed away yesterday. How old was he? I'm going to guess he was 72. Ace Frehley, there you go, 72. Let's go check. We'll go check for Ace Frehley's birthday. Ace Frehley, dead. Let's see what he was, dead. What did I say? Let me see what it is. 74 years old. Yeah, well, rock stars, they don't live as long as they should. They don't. Well, let's say I'm not a big Kiss fan. I'm a big New York fan. But that's sad. We should have a moment of silence for Ace Frehley. Thank you, Del Boy, for saying this to us. Thank you for saying this. Let's get back on track here. Also told a vaccine-injured woman to get the booster. I mentioned that on Dan Wooten earlier. Yeah. Horrible. Horrible. I mean, people believe in it. And eventually, Girl from Mars says 74. I said 72, and it says 74. I'm 52. I'm not planning much after 60. The problem is, Maltese Phil, you'll wake up 60, and you'll think to yourself, I want to live. That's what I think. I want to live. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. But the problem with being a rock star is, I don't know, maybe it's the drugs, the alcohol, the girls. Who knows what could cause an early death? Okay? We all know you're an international lover, Lud says, and player Lewis. It takes one to know one. It takes Lud, who's an international lover and a player, and I'm a celebrity. Yes, it does. Dame Claire is 52. So young. So young for Lewis Schaffer. I had the flu while waiting for the flu jab. And then they said the latest report said you have a greater chance of catching the flu after you take the flu jab. Did you see the results of that from the tests? And then they might say, oh, it was a bad batch. Don't mention it. That's probably what they're going to say. I could see them saying that. Horrible. Horrible. Girl from Mars is here. She's got 5 kids. Beautiful. So hello. Let's all say hello to Girl from Mars. Let's all say hello. I'm drinking some water. We've got, let's see how we're doing in this thing, and then we'll move. Can everybody press the like button? Can everybody press I don't even know what it's called, the subscribe button? Let's do that. Joe is here. Joe Sanders, Lewis. Liz Bentley said she must meet you for a cuppa soon and sends her love to Joodles and everyone. Yes. Yes. Well, we'll find out what the story is. Everything is all right. Everything is all right. I forgot. Everything is all right. Water is deadly. Everyone who dies has drunk water. Yes, that's true. That is very true. I mean, is it really that good for you? Should you drink if you're not thirsty? Why am I drinking this? Maybe because I had a samosa earlier, but that's the only carbs that I've had today is a samosa. Or maybe I had 2 teaspoons of sugar in my tea. I don't know. But I'm not getting any more shots. I say that now. I said I wasn't going to take any more pills, and I'm on 3 pills a day. I'm on doxazosine, which is for the high blood pressure. I'm from clopidogrel, and I'm on losartan. I mean, I did my blood pressure today. It was 179/103, and I'm taking these pills. Why would I take these pills? Ron Smith is sounding like Lewis Schaffer. Nuremberg 2 for Zahawi. Yeah. You know, when did she go back on what she said? Who is Martienne? Is there someone new here? I didn't see Martienne come in. Where did Martienne come in? Martienne. Hello, Martienne. Shabana Mahmood is the Home Secretary, says Kermit. And Claire says that Zahawi is a male to, you know what I mean? We asked for it. You asked for it. Yeah, you asked for it. Where is Martienne? Who knows where Martienne is? Zahawi is a bloke, a Tory Lewis. Okay. I mean, I should know all of this. I just don't care. I'm taking mushroom gummies when I remember. Have you tried them? No. What is a mushroom? Is that like mushrooms? Or is it a medicine made out of mushrooms? Or does it look like gummies? Gummies are like addictive. I used to eat them by the thousands. Pounds and pounds of them. There is only one pill that matters, and that's the blue pill, Lewis. Yeah, well, yes, I'm keeping that in mind, FM Ghost. Good to see. FM Ghost is 20 years old. He's so young. Someday, you know, who knows what can happen. That's why you've got to be on a high carb diet. That's what helped me. Why take pills when you can be on a high? And remember that the blue pill was a pill for heart disease. As they say that the doxazosine could be the same thing. Could help because it helps the blood flow. So what kind of pill is that, Steve? It is possible that everyone who's ever died simply breathed in and out too much. Possibly. It's very easy to get. Remember, could cause irritation. Over-breathing. It raises your blood pressure too. Over-breathing. Your body, you're breathing heavily, and you think, "Holy cow! I need the oxygen because I'm afraid. I'm afraid because I'm being chased by a wild animal." That's what it means. Claire, this is Mr. Cuff. Speaking to Claire, supposed to help with energy, memory, and something else, but I can't remember. Seriously, though, supposed to be good for menopause, too. Yeah, well, they'll find a way to sell everything. It's. I don't know. Okay. The less pills, the better, except pills that make you quite happy, which I'm not advocating. Look at my hair. It used to be so good. How did this thing happen? Dr. Nash, ex-champion, Ron Smith is selling him, recommends high protein, medium fat, and low carbs, and never carbs in the morning. Okay, medium fat and high protein. Well, how high the protein? How many grams of protein? What percent of the diet? I'm at about 21% protein. And I'm about 5 5% to 10% carbs, which is too high. Oh my God. You can now make a Funko Pop of yourself. What is a Funko Pop? What is a Funko Pop Maltese film? I don't know what that is. You know, what does that mean? What does that mean? A Funko Pop. What is a Funko Pop? I don't know what that means, a Funko Pop. There are about 10 different types of mushrooms in them. I'll put a picture on Discord, Maltese Phil. Of what? What are you going to put a picture in of? Lewis Schaffer Funko Pop. Now I've got to look up what a Funko Pop is. It just makes life difficult. Funko Pop. Funko Pop. UK. Images. What is an image? Oh, I see. Funko Pop. It's like a head with a bouncing head. They look like they're expensive. It toys and figures. Let's see what this is. Is it like a brand? I think it's a brand. You can get. Is it just like it's a bobbing head? Is that what it is? The child for Star Wars, Darth Vader. 12 pounds, 5 pounds. Not as expensive as I thought. 12 pounds, 5 pounds. Ay, ay, ay. Let's see. Yeah, we could make one of those things. That's what's his name said to. He said it to me today. Asmongold, or is it the guy who looks exactly like Asmongold but isn't quite as interesting? There's like two of them, and they make like $35 million a year. They're talking about. Anyway, we're not talking about it. But speaking of money, I'm demonetized. There's no money coming in here. And there's no money coming in here. But what you can do is you can like this screen, like it. You can press you have to like it every single time. You've got to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, because we're approaching 1 million people. How amazing is that? I think that's Moist Critical. Yes. I think that's what his name is. His name is Charlie. I don't know if it's Moist Critical. A Lewis merchandise shop. Yeah, maybe Lucianne will come in. I don't know where Lucy Van Pelt is. Are you around, Lucy Van Pelt? Anyway, so yeah, go to coffee. Send me a 10-pound thing. Send the stream a 10-pound thing. Let's see what's going on. Or go to paypal.me. That's really easy. Paypal.me. How about go to Patreon? You know, he's known as Penguins Zero on YouTube. Okay, I'm going to write that down. And what am I going to do once I write it down? I will never look at it again. Penguins. Oh. Thank you very much, Maltese Phil. Thank you really, really a lot. Where did it say penguins? So let's see. Why demonetized on here for calling someone fat? No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't for that. I don't remember what it was. It was probably they complained about me and they said that I'm anti-disabled people. Or maybe because I'm against massive Muslim immigration into the country because I'd like to live my personal self here. Or maybe it's because I call the Labor Party liars and socialists or whatever it is. Who knows what it is? What about Moist Critical? Who is Moist Critical? Well, I'm not even going to look this up. I should look it up. Who is he, and why does he look almost identical to Osmongold? Though Osmongold, I feel, is authentic. I'm trying to be as authentic as I can possibly be, even if I have to fake it. He put a video out saying he wants no more donors as he's made 35 million from YouTube. And you know what? I thought to myself, that's a great way to get donors, isn't it, Kermit? A great way. He's better groomed than Osmongold. Exactly. Much better groomed. He's got long, stringy black hair. Looks horrible, actually. But maybe it doesn't look horrible. I mean, women like long hair, or they can. If they like the guy, they can like long hair. He's a bit of a gnome. That's what a normie, a bit of a normie. Yeah, Osmongold is not really that. He's a bit normie, but not totally. He's turned off all ways of donating. Osmongold would be very offended to be confused for penguins, and penguins would be very offended to be confused with Osmongold. Says Warmellian. Good to see you, Warmellian. Yeah, I mean, maybe I should watch him, but I've been watching Osmongold, and he's got so much stuff up there. He's got so much stuff. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I mean, how much time do you have in the day to watch this stuff? Especially when I'm like basically unindustrious and depressed. Are you asking me this, Ian? Do you pronounce era an error? Error. That's an error. Error. And era. In this era, it's very easy to make an error. No, I don't. Why is that? Is that one of those Midwest American things? They are very different. Says Warmellian. Okay, they're different. I don't know. Was that the question? You're the most authentic person I know, Lewis. You don't need to try. It comes naturally. Thank you very much, Dame Claire. That's, to me, a compliment. I don't want to be a phony. I grew up, my mother was a phony. My father was a phony. My mother wasn't as much of a phony as my father. My father was a phony. And I don't like it. I don't like it. I want people to know, as I say, and it's been pointed out, I want to be loved, warts and all, anal warts and all. I want people to say, we know you, Lewis. We know what you're all about. You're not that good, or you're whatever it is, but we like you anyway. I don't want you to lie to me, and I want people to like me for what I am. Don't you all want that? Isn't that what you guys want? To be liked for who you are. So then people are not disappointed. So you can't say you lied to me. I don't want to lie to anybody. I would never tell somebody I made more money than I did or was smarter than I am. Am I right? Isn't that right? I think I'm right about that. He feels that normal people shouldn't be donating to him when he's already so rich. But then he said, but it's okay to make some kind of shmata and sell it, or some kind of tchotchke and sell it, or some kind of something and sell it, which makes him rich. You know what? I mean, I don't know. What do you think about that, Kermit? He is rich. What watch do you wear? I don't wear a watch. I don't wear a watch. I bought a secondhand Nokia a few years ago. That was a phony. What do you mean it was a phony, Steve McCuff? What do you mean a secondhand Nokia was a phony? Taylor Swift, according to Ian Higgs, had an Eras tour, but she kept saying Eras tour. No, because I think she comes from Pennsylvania, which is in the Midwest. Eras tour. She said eras. It's an era. It could be a Midwest pronunciation. That's a good question. It's like Mary, and marry. I'm very merry because I'm going to marry my girlfriend Mary. But out in the Midwest, it's pronounced the same thing. Same thing. Lewis, can you bless us by singing some Portishead today? I don't know what is a Portishead sound. I was never, I mean, I've heard of them, but I don't know what they are. Alan Williams says he's a phony, believe it or not. Okay, I believe it. I mean, we're all phonies. I'm a phony. I'm like, I don't want to do, I've promised this live stream in my kitchen, and I'm afraid because it looks so dumpy. And I'm just I'm thinking people are going to be looking at that and they're going to think this guy's a loser. That's what I'm thinking. Not you guys necessarily, but maybe the TV thing. They're going to hire somebody on the TV and they want to hire somebody who's a winner. Everybody is afraid. I'm afraid. I'm scared to death. I'm scared to death. People will know the truth about me. Right. So Lucy Van Pelt, how is he a phony? Who are you talking about, Lucy Van Pelt? Who are you talking about? I noticed earlier, maybe he's fallen out of love with the vape. Are you talking about me? I'm not it was like just something I had in my hand. I never even use it. That's me. Or you're talking about somebody else. But Daryl, good to see you, Daryl. I love a good watch from G-Shock to automatic. Ron Smith says, yeah, we could talk about watches. Nobody wears watches anymore. Watches are phony. I got a clock right here. Here's my clock. There's my clock. It's my phone. I remember an ASMR girl who turned her donos off after she made so many millions. The thing is, to have membership or Patreon turned on, says Kermit, you need to give added value to those people. What does that mean? To have it turned on or turned up or to a higher degree, Kermit? I don't know what that means. The thing is, to have memberships or Patreon turned on, you need to give added value to those people. Oh, like you got to provide videos on Patreon. That's true. That's true. And I'm barely doing this. I'm doing this. Yes, I'm doing this. And this is a lot for me. I'm doing an hour and a half on this show and maybe an hour and a half on the late show, and maybe we'll do a 12 o'clock show. It's going to be a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. You know, it needs to be, anyway. DD Plectrum is here. Remember what Plectrum is? It's the plastic that picks the guitar. I wear a phony Gucci watch. Yeah, I mean, a phony one is all right. Now, Lucy asks, you said your father was a phony, Lewis. Yes. I mean, maybe it was so embarrassing that his wife was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. You know, I mean, he just couldn't come clean and just say, you know, maybe it was a different time back then. He also was, I don't even remember how he was a phony. He wasn't a phony, but he wasn't like me. He wasn't like me trying my best to say exactly what's on my mind. And he was quite a raging type person, Lucy. And ragers, I'm also a rager, but he was a real rager. And ragers are because they can't express themselves coherently all the time and letting their feelings be known. That's my theory. Does that make sense to you? I have worn 2 autos, says Ron Smith, at a time to test them and see how they differ after standing for a while. It's like me. Sometimes I take 2 watches in the park to see if my walking steps are accurate. You don't know. Sometimes I used to have 3 blood pressure gauges, and then I gave one away. I wish I still had the third one. I used to be a phony, always had the latest handset. I would say yes, I was that way too. You know, I was always Apple, Macintosh, iPhone. And then I lost it, and I was paying £40 a month in 2006, and I couldn't afford it. I couldn't afford it. I've been broke for a long, long time. That was really interesting, Lewis, what I just said. What did I just say? That people who are angry, they're phonies. They don't want to reveal the truth about themselves. Some people rage because they don't get heard. When they don't rage, sometimes it's through frustration. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Rage is not that. You can be angry. That's not rage. I agree with you, Carmen. I don't care less either now. Did Andrew Doyle ever test his uric acid levels? I don't know. I don't know if he ever did, Lucy. I thought it was such a funny little gift, and I meant it, I meant it because I know uric acid levels are important. I still test myself. But what was the point you were making? Some people don't rage, Steve McCuff. The answer to the point is most people don't get heard. But you have to figure out how to, let's say, I'm speaking to my son, the producer. I can't get angry at him. I can just say to him, you're not listening to me, and I'm going to do this to make sure you do, or this is what I'm going to do if you don't listen to me. That's what I think. Do you agree with that, Steve McCuff 180? I mean, this rage thing, I'm trying not to rage. I'm not as ragey as I used to be. I used to be so angry all the time. I was a little loser of a man. And I'm trying not to be that way. I mean, I wish I was like one of those guys who all the ducks were in a row. Don't you all wish all the ducks are in a row? That's what I wish. Every single duck in a row. Where we're on TV, you look like a professional. Somebody is. I remember going to a meeting once, and the guy was like playing with his ring finger, and I thought, what a loser! What a loser! I was playing with my ring finger yesterday. What a loser! That's what I was thinking. What a loser. Okay, thank you very much, Dame. Claire, thank you. Did you ever meet Abby Roberts on GB News? Yes, I did. I did meet her. I wanted to work with her, but she wasn't there anymore. I've met her privately. I don't know her that well. But I think she's on, The thing about my team is I'm like an Abby Roberts team, I think. I'm a bit mental. Whatever. I've had to deal with people who were in a rage, and once they calm down, some of them explain that it's from frustration from not having a voice and unfairness. Yeah, of course they would unsay that. Don't get angry at me. No one's ever listened to me. No, because you're a bad communicator. That's why no one's ever listened to you. Or maybe your points are stupid. That's why they don't listen to you. So who knows? I know that's what they say. That's what they say, but I don't believe that. No one's listening to me, so I've had to scream. Maybe, I don't know. It's like, what's his name's joke about the people who are protesting for equal rights. They're protesting, they're marching, they're demonstrating. They'll do everything they can do. Everything they can do so they don't have to work. Okay, Ron, yes, Abby started calling herself Dame Abby Roberts. That's why I call myself Dame. Yeah, why not? Call yourself Lord. Dawn Neeson is now on for Dubes. Okay, why do I need to know that? I don't even need to know that. But you want to go watch her. Mine are spinning around in a circle, Lud. What are you? My ducks are all over the shop. Oh, ducks in a row. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. But I would like to be that way. Don't we all want to be that way? Don't we all want to be the guy that they call when they need some help? Would I do Dawn, Lewis? I don't want to answer that question because she's probably mad at me from calling the guy fat. Or maybe she thinks it's really funny. She didn't call me. Nobody called me to see if I was doing all right. I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny, and I don't regret it because they weren't going to use me anyway. This is what I felt, and maybe that's just, I don't know what that's called, but I don't think that they were going to use me anyway. But she reminds me of Claire, very well put together and very slender, very lovely. I'm becoming more useless by the day. I've only just realized that I don't know how to spell the word phony. Well, it's not a word you use often. How often do you use that word? You know, I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I don't remember anything anymore. I thought we were on here because you're too base for GB News, especially this time of day. Yeah, maybe I'm too base, but maybe they don't want this. Maybe they don't want based. Maybe they've been told they can't have based. Maybe they're going to use me at some future date for something. But nobody else has expressed an interest in me. Anything except for you guys. You know, you can call me. I'm not that hard to reach. I think. You know, also I'm 68 years old. I am a bit too young to be old. Very old. You know, maybe if I was older, I'd be like Lenny, I'd be like George Burns, who's an old comedian. You know, and he's old. Wow, you're so old. Milton Berle, phony in America, phony in Britain, Lucy. Who are you talking to? Can you not just say things out in the air like that, Lucy? You and the people on here, I meant. Okay. I thought we were here because, you're too based. Because we're too based. See, I didn't read it properly. That's me getting old. Yeah, maybe. Do you think that I'm based? I take that as a compliment. I'm just saying what I believe. A lot of what I believe, people go, that's like insane. That I don't believe in germs. I don't believe in using soap, in shampoo. I don't believe in suntan stuff. I don't believe in toothbrushing. Yeah. Okay, I did not see that. I didn't see that. Okay, thank you for explaining that, Lucy. Lucy says, in America, it's phony, Phony, in America. And in Britain, it's phony with an E, Phoney. I did not know that. So that is brilliant. Am I going to forget that? Of course I'm going to forget that. But I think it's very interesting. I think Lucy is a font of all knowledge. You are a font. Anyway. D.D. Plectum is saying to FM Ghost, the Deuce usually wears a sexy dress and red lipstick, so she's more doable. I don't think lipstick makes a woman doable. I'm not necessarily sure that a dress makes a woman doable either. I think what makes a woman doable is being lovely and friendly and nice and smart and thin. And thin. I said it. I think thin is an important consideration for me. That's what I think it is. I think it means that. And I hope we haven't been discussing it as often as we need to, but I think we need to be thin. Do we not? We need to be thin. To be doable, yeah. I think most. I mean, I'm not as picky as I used to be. Number one, thank God we are thin. Ha ha. Joe Sanders. Yes, you should yes. It's so easy to get fat. It's so easy to stay fat. It's so hard to stop being fat. It's a relentless struggle that we are drowning in a sea of food. So a tight short dress always helps. I mean, for me, I find it very scary. If a woman is wearing a short dress, I just think, hamina. You know, I mean, of course, I like to see girls. I like to see girls, but it can be a bit scary. Ron Smith. It can be that. Yeah. Are you guys, do you think I mean, everybody thinks that they're based. They wouldn't use that word. If we were a left thing, they say we're woke or something similar. What would they say? Progressive. That we care about other people. Okay? But yeah, it could be that. I mean, I hope you're getting some kind of political information from me, as you might on GB News, if that's important to you. Kermit is based as AF, yes. Ludd goes, yeah, Joe, thank God for us skinnies. Thank God for skinnies. Let's not be fat. That's what makes us better, if I could say that. Maybe it's not the right thing, than those people on the left. They are bloated because they're on a high-carb diet, and they are not eating enough meat. So that's what's really important. Woke is a pejorative. Yes, to me it is, but to them it may not be. It may not be. They actually like being whatever it is, woke. I mean, what does it mean to be based? Ask me a question. Ask yourself a question. You know, I've been to meetings and speaking to people who are on the, you know, especially right after COVID, when everyone was like so afraid, as we should have been, because I said some things. The next thing you know, it's like people hate you. I've just taken my socks off. Where does that put me? Where does it put you? It puts you in the kitchen. I don't know. Does anyone remember a YouTuber called Based Amy? I never heard of her, Ron Smith. The term woke was subverted post 2016. Was it subverted? Truth over lies. Truth over lies. Truth over lies. Okay. Lewis, thank you very much. Welcome to the thing. Have you been here before, Truth Over Lies? But yeah, they changed the name. Truth Over Lies. Okay. Not they didn't change their Truth Over Lies. They changed the term woke, based in Liverpool. Okay. No, that's you. That's not you. For the first time here. Everybody give Truth Over Lies a round of applause. That's what we want. The thing is about the left is they want people to get along and not hurt anybody's feelings. So they're willing to lie to each other. And they know their lies. And they can say, oh, keep it down. You might hurt their feelings. Don't call that guy, don't call that girl a guy. It's going to hurt their feelings. Is Truth Over Lies named Gary? Yes, the easiest round of applause I ever got. Well, I'll give you some more. Is that the left believe in lying to people? I hate to say it. It's a horrible thing to say. I never said this growing up, but you notice it. You notice Keir Starmer saying, oh, I didn't want Israel banned from the match. I didn't want that happen. And then you find out that he was demonstrating in favor of banning them altogether. Total liar. He hates Jews. You know? At least Hitler didn't hate. Did Hitler lie? Sorry, I'm not going to mention that name. I'm not mentioning that name. But, you know, what do you think about that? Is that he's lying. The left lie. They say, oh, we're not. Basically, the left lie because they think they're better than the working people. Like, they're better, and that's wrong to think you're better. Yes, Starmer, first name Mr. Mustache Man. Yeah, he is. That's what they believe. They believe that you, the working, I mean, I don't know how many of you are working class or whatever term we use. I don't believe in that anyway, but whatever. The working people of this country, the white working people of this country, don't deserve a say when it comes to your country. His wife is Jewish, from what I heard. I could be wrong, though. No, his wife, his mother, her mother converted to being Jewish. She was not born Jewish. And it's really important that you're born Jewish, because you don't really know. It's like, you guys are English. I can never become English. I could take you aside, and that's what I think I'm doing, right? I'm taking you aside, but I can't become English. If I was born in the country, I could become English, I think, I hope. And that's what it's like to be Jewish. You have to hear it enough. The NAZIs are coming. The NAZIs are coming. And this is how, that's why I'm not surprised by any of this garbage, because we've been told they're coming. I'm 68 years old, and my entire life, they're coming, they're coming, they're coming. And the same thing with English people. Yeah, I don't think you have that, but maybe you need to sort of hear that they're coming. Unfortunately, I have to go early. No. I'll see you later, Blackadder. Don't say you've got to go. Just goodbye. I'll see you later. Everyone say goodbye to Blackadder. Everybody, can you do... Oh, we got 26 people who've liked it, who've liked the stream, and we've got 31 people watching. Let's see, maybe just check that out. 31 people watching. And then, okay, so that's good. That's really, really good. To be fair, I get my political opinions from other sources, certainly not from here. Well, of course you shouldn't get it from here. You should not get your political sources from here. Or Lewis Schaffer. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. No, you said you have to go. That's the same thing. It's the same thing. Blackadder, I forgive you, but it's the same thing. Anyway, here is the point. The point is, what is the point that I'm making? I don't know. What is the point you need? Follow me on X. Yeah, there's the thing, on X. On X. Here we go. Let's get this thing going over here. Can you see this, everybody? Lewis, at Lewis Schaffer. One word, no exclamation point. On X. I think it's easy to find. I wasn't happy with it when I set it up, but it's pretty damn good. Yes, he certainly is, and is totally untrustworthy. He is. He's very... I mean, you could trust him to lie. He's not totally untrustworthy. Are you talking about Stormer? You could trust him to lie. Donate at Patreon, PayPal/Lewis, Ko-fi/Lewis. And if you do, tell me what you've done it. It makes me happy. And the point I'm making, I don't even know what the point is. The point is that Israel Maccabee thing is so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. And then my friend Liam, let me read you what my friend Liam says. He says it on Facebook. I'm going to find it on Facebook. Let's see if I can find it. And that would have to be... he's like anti-MAGA. He's not even American. Wait till Britain goes on fire. It shows an image of America, a map of America, on fire, and a guy in a MAGA hat saying, "This is fine. This is fine." Okay. Let's see what he says. He writes, I am not going to, let me see if you can see it. Let me see if you can see it. End stream, full stream, window capture. Can you, window capture. Can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see that right there? Hold on a second. The window capture. Can you see the window capture? Is that the right thing? You can see it. Can you see it, Kermit? Okay, good. Okay, why does it say that? It says window. But you can see it. Can someone else? Yeah, no, it's the wrong Vatanai. It's the wrong. His is the wrong ideology. It's not that he's a leftist. He believes that global systems can cure local problems. He believes that people need to be given things, otherwise, and then they'll do good things. They need to be. The reason there's crime is not because there's not enough law enforcement or because they're bad people. It's because they haven't been. They've been denied stuff. Okay, let me go back to this. Keir Starmer, this is my friend Liam, says that banning Israeli football fans from coming to Aston Villa is wrong because we must fight the terrible anti-Semitism so clearly evidenced by the Manchester attack. Now, he's a liar because he's anti-Semitic. When you're anti-Israel, I hate to say it, you're anti-Semitic. Nobody who's anti-Israel is fighting against any kind of other wars in Pakistan or Yemen or the Hutus. They're not, okay? The Manchester attack, okay, let's remember, was a lunatic bailed for rape who'd been released by the police to murder a guy, okay, plus a second policeman who shot a guy dead. So he's saying a guy named Jihad is just a lunatic. He was named Jihad by his parents. Jihad means holy war where we kill the Jews and the Christians. Okay, that's what that means. Okay, that's what my friend Liam says. A stabbing made possible by an incompetent twat in uniform, okay, and a shooting by another incompetent twat. He's calling the police incompetent twats. You don't see anybody banging on any doors and, and other whatever. I'm not going to say, okay? It isn't saying it's an incompetent policeman. It amounts to a police force that is so accustomed to being Keir Starmer's arse paper, it doesn't know what the hell it is doing. So it's blaming the police. Yeah, blame the police. It wasn't even the police. It was a security guy working there. Why do we even need a security guard? I remember when I was a kid, synagogues didn't have security guards. They do now. I remember they do now. We don't have a problem with anti-Semitism. Okay. He says, my friend Liam says, we have a problem with a prime minister so far up Netanyahu's arsehole. Okay. He's looking at, can anybody see the message on the machine here, on the thing? Okay. He's looking at semi-digested. Liam is saying that Netanyahu is eating Palestinian babies. There's a word for that. That's cool. I shouldn't get upset about it. That's a blood libel. That's saying the Jews eat Palestinian babies. I mean, he's maybe saying, "Oh, it's a joke, Lewis. I didn't mean that." He's very well educated. He used to write for the Times, the Times of London. I know the guy, lovely guy. He's been on my show. We've hung out together. We've done a lot together. But that's a blood libel. We're saying the Jews, at least this one Jew, eats Palestinian babies in his own stomach. And a police force that doesn't police anything anymore except the knee-jerk spasm. Like, we wouldn't be having these problems if there were police who were doing their job. At some point, there aren't enough policemen in the entire world. So this is the final thing, okay? Starmer, the police, and the Tel Aviv Maccabees should be stuffed into a large bag with the corpse of a rotting walrus and hurled into the sea. Into the sea, Jews. Jews into the sea. What does that say? This is a friend of mine. This is a friend of mine. F the effing lot of them, he says. That's what he says. That's what he says. That's what he says. What do you think about that? I mean, I don't know what, maybe he was thinking that when he was talking to me. Maybe he would say, oh, no, not you, Lewis. You wouldn't eat Palestinian babies. But maybe he'd think I would. You think I would I think I would. So I read that thing. So Lewis, as a Jew, you get taught to look ahead. Yes, we do. We get taught to look ahead. How do you get taught to look ahead? Because when something like this happens, let's say this happened when I was a kid, my mother would go, they would go, look at what the guy just said. He just accused Jews of eating babies. And that's how you recognize it. It's coming. And this is just me. I don't want this to be an all Jew all the time thing, but this is what it is. And it's like the left, they don't see what's happening to England. They don't see what is happening to Britain. That when you let people in who hate you, bad things happen. Okay? Now, maybe the police could be better. Lee G. Maybe the police could be better. Okay? Maybe the police could be better. Okay? But that's not the big problem. The big problem is there are too many people who hate English people and Jews. And the police have been told to take down the flags. Okay? Did Greta Thunberg get tortured by the IDF? She doesn't look like it. No, she didn't get tortured. She didn't get tortured. And those prisoners who are in Israeli prisons, some of them for years, okay, they weren't tortured either. Okay. Anyway, so that's what I think. What do you think about me reading this thing? Where Lee G, where are you from, Lee G? Lee G, welcome to the show. Is this your first time here, Lee G? Or your first time commenting? Thank you very much for being here. You're from Hillingdon. Hillingdon is in West London. And a place of change. You've been here often, thanks. What is your name, your old name? I'm in Hungary. Oh, you're the Hungary guy. You're from the Hungary guy. Well, what was your old stream name? Anyway, well, thank you very much for coming. If you can do us a favor, just press the like button and press the thing. Yeah, there you go. So there you go. Welcome, Lee G. You escaped to Hungary. Always Lee G. Okay. Always that way. So brilliant. Anyway, so we're going to end the show right now. And I want to thank you guys for being on the show. I really feel sorry for firearms officer involved in the Manchester attack. Police have to do rapid risk assessment on arrival. Sometimes it goes wrong. Who's to blame? That guy is to blame for putting people in a very difficult situation. Very tough situation, I guess. Yes, his statement is clearly incorrect. At least 2 people have been run over and stabbed before the police arrived. Okay? And him being out on bail isn't a mistake by the police. I agree. He shouldn't be. It's the police don't make that mistake by letting somebody out on bail. Ron Smith went to Hungary. Okay, so there you go. That thing, Palestinian babies, that whole genocide thing is a lie. And does anybody have another solution other than that? I don't know. Am I the only person who fancies Greta Thunberg? I would fancy her if she was a nice person, but she looks like she's been psychologically damaged on her vegan diet. Well, she reckons the IDF made her strip naked. Well, it means she's treated like everybody else. She should be happy. She should be happy. You know, maybe she wants to die like, what's her name? Like the French Joan d'Arc. Maybe that's what she wants. So this has been a good show. And remember, I'm going to say thank you to as many people as I can. Claire, Ron Smith, Mr. Cuff, Ruben, Polo Mate, Alan Williams, Ian Hakes. I'm trying to say, if I forget your name, right on the bottom, what about me, Lewis? What about me? And then we'll see you at 10:30 tonight. And we'll see you on Discord. Everybody, looks like Discord could be the place to be. We could be maybe doing this show from Discord in the future. We need many, many places because they could easily have said, no, we're not giving you a platform, Lewis Schaffer, because of what I'm saying, possibly. I mean, I hope everybody's getting their point across. Kermit, unbelievable help for Lewis Schaffer. Let's go back here. Let's go back here. Let's go back here. Okay. Maltese Phil. Thank you very much, Maltese. FM Ghost, of course. I'm repeating names, but I might forget somebody. Warmelian, who's always been a tremendous support for this stream. Remember, by contributing, you're helping to keep the stream alive. Daryl, Lucy Van Pelt, Dame Claire, Joodles, fantastic Joodles, Vatanai, great, Dee Plectrum, Ron Smith, of course, you know, just brilliant. Joe Saunders, Ludd. Have I forgotten anybody? I don't know if I have. Alan Williams. I don't have a list of everybody who's watching, but even you don't have to actually comment in order for me to appreciate what you're doing. Truth over lies. Truth over lies. Truth over lies. Keith Bexley. Fantastic. Thank you for coming, Keith. Gnome Hunter, he's not here right now, but thank you, Gnome Hunter. I think we're doing really well. Lee G, thank you very much. God bless Hungary. Pray for Hungary. I really feel sorry. Okay. You know, I mean, the fact that most policemen don't have guns, the fact is, in America, a lot of people have a gun. Maybe more and more people have guns. Everybody should have guns. That's what's going to keep our government honest, is guns. And they took away all of the guns. Ludd, you couldn't be with Greta, Alan. She would bore you into a coma. Probably not, you know. It's like all people like that. They're probably really interesting. You know, and if she likes you, it could be amazing. If she doesn't like you, it could be horrible. Okay. Yeah. Well, what about the Club of Rome, Ron Smith? We could talk about that next time. Could we talk about the Club of Rome? That's the EU. That's basically Team World. You know, those are the days when people believed in that. Is so doable. I think she's all right. She's all right. I mean, she has a vegan head. UK has the lowest gun crime in Europe. Yeah, but look at the freedom. It's like dripping away. The freedom is dripping away. We're going to have a door, you know, knocked on the door. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. Goodbye. Anybody else? Thank you, Kermit, for the tremendous support. We didn't have any trolls today. I mean, nobody even wants to troll us. Hungary has the lowest gun crime, and people should have. I remember that movie about how Canada had super low gun crime, right? they should play that movie again. Daz is here. Good to see you, Daz. And the truth is that Canada has almost more guns than America does. They have a lot of guns in America, but they want to take the guns away. Who wants to take it away? The left do. Trudeau wants to take it away. So I'm saying goodbye to you. I'll see you at 10:30 tonight. That's almost a definite. I don't know whether I'll be here or whether I'll be in Studio One, but I'm going to see you. This has been a very good show. It's been I'd like to think that we've gotten something out of it. I'd like to believe that, but thank you very much for coming. I'm going to change the window check, the last screen, okay? And then we're in Studio 2 right now. Studio 1 is the kitchen. And then I'm gonna mute the thing. So thank you very much.